and should not be trusted with a single penny more of our taxpayer money.
We have to invest in behavioral health.
The No on Prop 1 campaign kicks off today. We're telling you what they're saying, as well as what supporters of Prop 1 are countering with.
An update on a San Diego police sergeant shot in the head. Plus, the warning about scammers that could be trying to get into your home.
And the areas where a damaging earthquake is most likely to hit. It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, January 17th, and you're up with CBS 8.
Take a look at this. Following breaking news out of Shula Vista, where crews are trying to figure out what caused this massive fire. This started in a dumpster. You can see those flames just shooting out of it. This happened just after 3 this morning in the 600 block of East Street. Still not clear if anyone was hurt in this. Again, the cause of that fire is under investigation. You see all that smoke billowing after that fire broke out. Thanks for being here at 6:01 now, everybody, on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Evan Irani. It's a foggy start to the morning, and we also have some video from Rancho Bernardo and Scripps Ranch showing some of that fog.
Yeah, North County. Kind of socked in a little bit here.
Very much so.
Now, is this all over the county, or is this kind of a spotty thing?
It seems pretty widespread this morning. So we do have quite a bit of it, especially along the coastline. Take a look. I mean, satellite radar showing that cloud cover at least is abundant. The question on hand is whether or not those clouds are low down to the ground. And right now the answer is yes, they are, especially along the coast. Some of our inland valleys also starting to see quite a bit of limited visibility. We originally thought that we could see a few sprinkles out there. Right now it looks like most of those showers are way up to the north of us around the Santa Barbara area. But you do see how off the Pacific there's the opportunity for a few to develop in the coming hours. Otherwise, though, a partly cloudy day is what we're expecting moving forward. We're going to be seeing those temperatures move into the mid-60s as we get into the afternoon. Upper 50s for the mountains. Coming up in just a bit, we'll talk about our opportunity for rain in the forecast as we move into the next several days. The upcoming weekend could be a wet one. Eric?
All right, here's some numbers for you. We're 48 days away from California's primary election. One of the issues you're going to vote on is Prop 1, which aims to update California's Mental Health Services Act, which was signed into law 20 years ago. The campaign against the proposal kicks off here in San Diego this morning. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in Escondido, where that rally will be held here. And Chris, what are the supporters of this saying? Opponents also weighing in on this, right?
Yeah, we're going to be hearing from both sides today, so we're going to try to make sure that you're getting this information, these opinions, as well as concise as possible so that you feel you're better informed when you do go ahead and cast your ballot. Now, as for what supporters are saying, they're trying to make sure that California's behavioral health system gets a update. Now, they say it's badly needed. In fact, they claim the Mental Health Services Act needs to get, again, more current here. It hasn't been updated in 20 years. This is what Prop 1 would do, but it would also create a $6.4 billion bond, and that would be used to fund about 11,000 new behavioral health beds. It would also create more housing for the homeless, including veterans. But those against the measure, like Carl DeMaio and his No on Prop 1 campaign, believe that Prop 1 would take money away from existing behavioral health programs and that the housing is far too expensive and wasteful. He also went on to say that the politicians who got us into this mess are the same ones that are putting forth Prop 1.
Prop 1 comes from the same people that created the crisis, who have no credibility on the issue of homelessness and should not be trusted with a single penny more of our taxpayer money because they have failed so miserably.
And as for what and when we will be hearing more from Carl DeMaio, that'll be today. They kick off their campaign happening here in Escondido at 11 a.m. We'll have full coverage of what it is that DeMaio and his campaign will have to say, as well as, again, what supporters are countering with. That'll be here on CBS 8 and on CBS8.com. Evan?
Thank you, Chris, very much. San Diego police sergeant back home this morning after being shot in the head back in early December. That's Sergeant Anthony Elliot welcomed home at the San Diego airport yesterday. He went out of state to a rehabilitation facility, now back on his feet. Elliot was shot in a 4S Ranch shopping center by a man wanted for stealing a car. That man was shot and killed by police.
This morning, the San Diego County Water Authority is warning you to watch out for fake water agency workers. This scam involves people knocking on doors or calling by phone, requesting entry to homes and making sales pitches. County officials say this scam reappears every few years. The Water Authority says legitimate employees always in uniform, they carry an ID badge, and they drive a clearly marked agency vehicle. Look, if you have a child who's turning 4 years old very soon, listen up to this. San Diego Unified's Universal Transitional Kindergarten, or TK, pre-enrollment window for the next school year will be opening up next week.
CBS 8's Alex Lai is live in University Heights to explain everything that parents need to know this morning. Alex, there's a lot going into it, but an important thing for parents with those young kids.
That's right. There are some aspects that I will break down about UTK, but like you said, enrollment will open on Monday. It's going to go all the way until February 2nd. Now, this is for children who are 4 years old. If they turn 4 by September 1st, they will be eligible for UTK for the next year. And this is supposed to help children with pre-literacy skills as well as social and development skills. But it also will help parents because it will ease their wallets a little bit for preschool and daycare.
Childcare in preschool is really expensive. And by us saying we're giving you a year of childcare or what you would normally pay for preschool for free, that's game changing for a lot of families. So it's free. And not only that, our programs include free breakfast and free lunch.
So a little about Universal Transition Kindergarten in San Diego. UTK is now considered the first year of school. It's a new grade level before kindergarten and is being offered to all age-eligible students in San Diego Unified for the current and next school year. Again, that's for children who are turning 4 by September 1st. Now, this is not required to clarify, but it is encouraged by education officials. And for the next year, around 300 more seats are being added throughout the school district. Now, that's bumping the total number of spots to around 5,200. This is intended to not only help children with pre-literacy and development skills, but also help them with interaction and social skills. So again, back out here live, if you do want to enroll your child into UTK, you can do so starting on Monday at your local neighborhood school. You can also go to CBS 8 on the help button to find out more information and details on UTK. Live in University Heights, Alex Lai, CBS 8.
A lighter jacket out there today instead of that big thick one we've had the past few weeks.
The 50s are a welcome sight for us here in San Diego, especially when we look at what other parts of the country are working with. They're still very, very cold out around the Midwest, for example. As we kick off our morning, however, we are trading one thing for another. This morning we have quite a bit of fog as we look outside. So temperatures are mostly in the 40s and 50s out there. Miramar is at 5 miles of visibility. Ramona has been one of the biggest trouble spots of the morning at less than 1/3 of a mile. Kearney Mesa is at 2.5 miles. San Diego proper is at 5 miles of visibility. So something we're watching out for this morning is that need to reduce your speeds on the roads. Temperatures out the door, though, as we mentioned, I mean, hey, we'll welcome this. A week ago, or just beyond a week ago now, we're under a frost advisory along our inland valleys. Now we are not touching freezing at any spot in the county. Ramona's at 37 degrees. Alpine's at 47. Campo is at 39. So there are some 30s still out there, but primarily what we're working with over the next couple hours, it's going to be the 40s and 50s before we warm our way up into the 60s by the afternoon. What we are all watching out for is a decent opportunity for rain in the forecast as we get into about the weekend. So what we're going to notice is that as we get into Saturday in particular, showers will start to build. Right now, these models are starting to come into further agreement. Saturday not expected to be an impactful day of wet weather. Things will be on the very light end in terms of accumulations for Saturday. That means a drizzle, light rain expected before things intensify for Sunday. Late Saturday into early Sunday will be the first wave of more moderate rainfall. A better opportunity for more widespread rain coming on Monday at 83%. Again, still pretty far out. These models are going to come into more confidence, give us more confidence at least into what to expect. But for today, we're on the cooler end. We warm up into tomorrow as that ridge of high pressure is directly overhead. Could give us some above average temperatures. We cool down into the weekend and our chance of rain climbs each day from Friday through the upcoming weekend. Tapers off Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday seems to be a much drier day as well. Only a few remaining sprinkles at that point before we head toward a dry remainder of the week. Let's take a look at traffic. 6:09 on the clock right now. So far, your drive times out the door, we're not seeing a lot of trouble, with the exception, of course, of the Coronado Bridge. So 163 northbound from the 5 to the 8, you're doing all right. 8 westbound, also good. Coronado Bridge, downtown to Coronado, you're down to 26 miles per hour. It'll take you 5 minutes in total to get across. Live look here at the westbound 8, just west of the 805, showing that volume is starting to pick up, but otherwise no major crashes or collisions to get to. Let's check in on your border wait times here at 610. San Ysidro Port of Entry running smooth. 30 minutes right now is what we're looking at. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to take you about triple that time. You're looking at an hour and a half wait across the Otay Mesa Port of Entry.
You got people like me who's a working class American, a San Diegan native, who is just hit rock bottom.
Still ahead, a local family experiencing homelessness sharing their story. Plus, the area is most likely to be hit by a damaging earthquake. And a new push to slash the overdraft fees you pay at the bank.